If you are an under 1000 rating player, probably you are making this mistake a lot. After few moves in the opening, your queen jumps into the game looking for a free pawns, some checks, or even checkmate. It feels like an active move or it feels like a dangerous move. But in reality, you are helping your opponent to develop faster. Every time your queen gets attacked, you move her again and again and again. Meanwhile, your opponent develops knights, bishops, castles, and suddenly your queen has nowhere to go. In this lesson, I'm going to show you why bringing your queen out too early is one of the biggest mistakes under 1000 rating player usually do. And to know when your queen actually belongs in the game. So let's see some real examples. Like always, I'm bringing some examples from my students' games. So let's look at the examples together. So the first example, my student here played with black. And after normal e4, e5 development moves like white played queen e2. What is the idea of just bringing this queen here? I don't see any reason for this because with this move you are just locking your bishop and actually moving the queen without bringing your knights and bishops into the game. It's a very, very bad mistake. So what's happening? Black just developed his knight and after g3, Black bring another knight to the game and after knight f3, bishop c5. So here, white sees that, okay, he's in a bit trouble because the pieces are not well placed and he's moving the queen again. This is one of the problems with the bringing of the too early the queen. Like you play one time, you play second time, and you see, oh, I have to play more again and again. So after queen c4, my student played d6, and after okay, normally white has to play bishop g2 and just developing his pieces and making a castling. But what our opponent is doing here, played queen c2, queen c3. So what's happening now? Just simply knight takes c4 and resign just here. Why is that? Because now the f2 pawn is also lost. Maybe I can take the f2 with knight and the rook is also hanging. So look at these pieces. So already it's a very, very bad position for white and he cannot just develop his pieces easily. You can see we played with the queen one time, two time, and three time. Still the queen is hanging. Even though I will tell you a little tricky move here, you can maybe sacrifice the f2. And if the king takes on f2, then you can play knight takes d4. It will becomes more interesting for you. Okay, so let's go for the second example. In the second example, my student was playing with black after e4, e5, bishop c4, knight c6, one of our common opening lines we are facing all the time, queen f3, looking for scholar's mate. So many times it's happening. I had a lot of reels in this line also I created in our Instagram page. If you like you can go and check them. So what to do now? It's just simple that he's attacking here f7 and it's the checkmate in one. So what we need to do, just develop and defend the f7 square. So let's see what's happening with this queen came out too early. After knight h3, usually the players are looking for this f7 square. The idea is to play knight g5. What we will do, we can just develop again. After knight g5, black is castling. This is one of the best ways you can defend against this scholar's mate like what white usually plays. So after queen h3, and now look at to the move. What is he doing? Maybe attacking to the h7. How many times he played with the queen? One time f3 and second time to h3. As I told you, bringing too early the queen out, you can put yourself into a big danger. So my pieces will comes out with the attacking your queen. You will lose a lot of tempo in the opening. So look at the brilliant move black played here. Pushing the pawn to d5. It's a very nice discovered attack. Attacking the bishop on c4. And look at this attack on queen on h3. So what white can do here? And of course, White didn't saw this threat coming. Usually, under 1000 rating players missing this kind of tactics, and he played knight takes h7. So after bishop takes h3, knight f8, try to get the rook, but it's too late because my student took the c4 bishop, and after g take h3, king takes f8. It's all over for White. Okay, this was our second example. Let's go for our third example. In the third example, again, my student was playing with black pieces. So usually, like you can see that White is trying to bring the queen out too early and checkmate us early in the opening. So, but we will have some examples with black side too. So after e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6. Another interesting, for me, of course, it's a blunder move. White play g4. So this is another idea, pushing g5 and then maybe queen f3 or queen h5. Let's see what's happening after bishop c5. So what I told to my students, just develop your pieces. Whatever your opponent is doing, don't watch him and just develop your pieces. So after queen f3, so black played d5 again. This move is very, very important because same time you're attacking the bishop and opening your bishop's diagonal. So let's see what's happening. After pawn takes d5 and now bishop takes g4. You see, you have to move your queen. You don't have any time to develop your pieces. Sorry, they are sleeping there. Let them to be there. After queen f5, after, I don't know, maybe it's a misclick or something like this, and the opponent lost the queen in one move. But okay, I can analyze more for you. For example, if the opponent goes some moves like okay, queen c3, you know now better. What you can do, you can take this f2 pawn also after king take, and you can do a knight e4 check, and it's all over. So maybe the best choice for White can be like here to put the queen on g3, but still I don't like White position. I can do castling. I don't like to take the material first. So well, you're already in a big danger. For example, if you know what to do, for example, the best move should be knight c3. I can move my bishop back and then like putting my bishop here. Next move I can play c6. Slowly black can bring the knight out, and this position will be very good for black. So what happened after queen f5? Black took the queen and he easily won the game. Okay, ready for the next example. I told you we are going to see examples with black side too. One of the brilliant examples we're usually facing is a Scandinavian defense. So after e4, d5, we're taking the d5 pawn, queen takes d5. I don't say this opening is bad one, but the continuation is very bad, like in this game. So after knight c3, usually black has a sensible moves here, bringing the queen a5, queen d6, or even like some moves like queen da, but don't just go for queen c6 because you will lose your queen in only one move. Okay, so what happened in this game, in my student's game, opponent played queen e5 check. This is one of the reasons I don't like this opening. So many players bringing the queen out, they're thinking that the queen is the everything in the game, looking for everything, taking a pawn, taking like everything. It's not like that. So after bishop e2, let's see how many moves we are going to lose with this queen out early. After e6, knight f3. Queen goes back to d6, d4. So look at to these pieces. I have one, two, three piece out. But what about you? You don't have anything, only your queen is out. So this is looks like a total disaster for black. After c5, like we can continue this position, but I'm not going further this position. For example, we can go for moves like knight e4, but I like the castling more because like my king is now totally safe. Next move, I can go for knight b5. And wherever you move the, for example, knight f6, knight b5, so wherever you move the queen, I can go bishop f4. Look at your queen moves, like you moved your queen a lot, and now you are in a big danger. Let's count how many moves you did with the queen. Queen came here and then came here. So many, of course, you made the queen moves. And then queen d6 and now queen b6. It's too much in the opening. Even one move can cost you the whole game. Okay, so let's go our new example. So here also another opening we are seeing with the white side after e4, e5, bishop b5. Okay, I don't like this move, but it's not in our topic for today lesson. After knight f6, queen f3. Another normal move, just bringing the queen out. So let's see what's happening. Still the same. c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and queen g3. This example will be a little like more attractive for you. So look at this position, see how black played here. Actually, for like your learning purposes, I like the move knight like castling here, because like white of course cannot take this. Still we have the same tactic here, or even though I like this d5 move more, because if pawn takes d5, we can just get the queen easily like in the opening. You can see like why white queen should be here in the like opening without any pieces like on the board. So I like castling here with black. So if you want to learn something here, castling should be the best move for you. But what my student did here, he just took the e4 pawn. Of course, like maybe black after queen e5, we have to play queen e7, exchange the queens. If the queens go out on from the board, maybe white will have some chances to defend the position. But what happened? White took the g7 pawn. Of course, he's looking for something like this, like taking on f7 and it's a checkmate. What happens? Black played king e7. Okay, this is a bit tricky move. I can say like it's little too much because now white can take the f7. They are playing in the same rating like play. After taking, king came to d6. Don't worry, watch the later part. After d3, so now here black can just take this f2 pawn and it's easily lost here for white. Because you can see my king is not in too much danger. I can play king c7 and then just bringing my rook to f8. And I don't know really how white wants to develop his pieces. So my student made a big mistake. Okay, not a mistake actually. Maybe knight g5 was also a very good move after bishop g5. So I think after queen g5, white is doing nothing here. But maybe like after knight c3, I like white position because this knight e4 check is too much. We have to go king c7. Little my king is in trouble. So I really like to play maybe with white here. I don't know, but because both the sides just played the opening like little weird, so I'm not going to count it as a normal one. So let's see the final example, guys. The final example. What happened? White started this time with e3 move. After e5, queen f3, knight f6, bishop c4, knight c6. This is little with the higher rating players happened. So after d4, it's not a good move. Let's see what's happening. Black pushing the pawn forward, attacking the queen. After queen f4, this is another mistake. After d5, so if you move your bishop back, I'm going to develop my piece also. So already white is in a big trouble here. Maybe he will lose the queen like early in the opening. For example, if you go bishop b3, I can do bishop d6. After queen h4, maybe a very simple move like h6 will put white position in a big danger. Why is that so? Because I'm going to play g5 and I don't see anywhere for your queen here on h4. You're going to lose it immediately in the opening. So, but what happened? Again, like out of a big pressure, white played a very bad move. Actually, the opponent is 700 rating. But after bishop d5, knight d5, queen e4, okay, he lost the piece after bishop e7. And even though the white lost the piece, even though the problem is not solved, after knight c3, knight takes c3, pawn c3, castle, we just look at to the position. Still white doesn't develop his pieces, like after d5. Okay, black played f5, queen d3, knight e5, queen d4, and now black played a very good move, bishop f6. Very, very funny position here. Look at the position. White didn't develop his pieces, only queen is out. it's a total disaster. You will lose the game for sure. And here he made the final blunder. Actually, the position is very, very bad. Even I don't know how he wants to save the game. He played knight f3 and just simply knight takes f3, and it's coming by check, and you're losing your queen also. So the game is totally lost. So we can just conclude like that. We can remember following rules. And actually, we have the keynotes here, key points, you can watch them. Developing our pieces fast is very important than the developing the queen out. So queen, if you bring the queen out, the queen can become a big target. Every queen attack gives our opponent a free development tempo. Don't move the same piece like over and over again. This is another important rule, not even for queen, it's counted for the other pieces as well. Castling, like before attacking, you should all the time castle, make your safety, your king safe, and then start your attacking. Without this, it will be too early, and there's a more chance like you got punished because of your early attacking. And another important rule, bring your queen out only when she has a real job to do, like it's going to do a very important thing. Without any plan, just going for some checks, getting a pawns or like this, it's not recommended. You saw in these kind of examples. And remember, openings are won by development, not by queen adventures. But under 1000 rating players, they are barely understand this rule, so watch out for this one. If you can avoid this one mistake, of course, you will already play stronger than most of the strong players under 1000 rating players, and then you can increase your rating easily. So this was our second episode of under 1000 series. So if you enjoyed it, just subscribe and tell me in the comments, like, what is the most expensive queen adventure you've ever had in your real games. Write me in the comments and share me your games. I will make some analysis for you in our next videos. So thank you for watching us. See you in our next episodes. Bye bye.